Weird shit I've seen as an Army Ranger. Part 3. So during like the second year in the valley we were in, we had a team, top secret, CIA kind of people. They were wearing all black sunglasses, kind of like the movie Men in Black. They were CIA. They needed us to escort them to a nearby town. So the boss man sent us. When we were driving them down, I tried to talk to them, but they just sat there in their sunglasses. We rode down and made it to where they needed to go. We stepped out and made sure the area was safe. These guys stepped out and walked into a meeting point. I say meeting point because I can't imagine what else they were doing there. After about a half an hour, they stepped out, but there was one less of them. There was 3 guys, there's only 2 now. We drove them back to the compound, and that was the last of my interaction with them. But I found something strange. In the back seat, I found some sort of eyeball. When I looked at it closely, it was a human eyeball. I was confused because it didn't look like any other eyeball but human. It was green instead of white, which was strange. It had no pupils, it was just green. It had a bit of black on one side. Did something happen we didn't know about? On a routine patrol about a week ago, we drove past the building that the CIA guys went into. When we walked in, we found a rotting corpse tied to a chair with no signs of death. But there was one odd feature. His eyes were gone. They must have cut them out, and he had bled to death or died. I doubt he died of thirst because the way he looked fine, other than the blood everywhere. That was the strange part. And all we thought was, did we leave him here to die? Was he alive suffering when we left? God, I hope not. We reported it back to base, but we got no information after that. The strange part was, it was the guy that was with them. The 3 CIA guys, and only 2 came back. That was the guy that was left in there. It must have been some sort of setup for the 3rd guy. Maybe he knew something, or something else. We just can't explain that. Definitely weird. And there was this one time, it isn't all that spooky, but it's kind of fascinating to me. So I was on patrol with a few of my guys. We pulled over because one of the new guys were getting car sick. Understandable. It was like 110 degrees out and he got motion sick. So we took a quick hydration break and we heard a loud scream from the new guy. We went to check at what was going on and we found this like massive skeleton buried in a rock. Like it was some kind of burial ground. But it wasn't buried in the sand, it was stuck in the stone. But there was only one. That was the weird part. It made it look like it was a burial ground, but it wasn't. The new kid chipped a piece off of it as a souvenir and stuffed it in his bag. We weren't allowed to take trophies, and so we assumed it was nothing, and casually chatted about it. But like a week later, we drove past the same spot, and it was gone. There was an imprint of the skeleton, but it was gone. Including the new guy's souvenir, it was also gone. We really can't explain what the fuck it was, considering why the hell there was a skeleton on top of a rock, but it was like forged into the rock. That was the fucked up part. So this story I'm about to tell you right now is from my first 6 weeks. I forgot to mention it in the first stories. I remember I was out in the courtyard playing basketball with my buddy from back home. When the ball bounced back behind the barracks, my buddy ran to get it. But when I turned away, I slightly noticed that there was some sort of dead-looking human. He had like a pale, almost dead-look wrinkled face and a black hood. His face was clear as day though, but no one else reported seeing him. After that, I yelled for my buddy. When I turned away from the dead-looking face, it was gone. And my buddy was also gone. My buddy was reported MIA, and his body was never recovered. Since nobody else reported seeing that dead-looking creature human, everybody thinks I'm crazy. I just wish I wanted to tell my buddy to go get the ball. Maybe he'd still be here today. Still makes me upset when I think about it. I will have more stories coming out soon, so stay tuned.